What's up, guys? It's your boy Mail Jones here, and we're here to do a Week 8 reaction. So we're gonna get started here. So before I get started with my Week 8 reaction, don't forget to put thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to my channel for more options, and comment down your opinion below to see what you think about my Week 8 reaction, see which teams need to do better and which teams are gonna be good moving forward. So let's get things started here. So, I want to talk about the Ravens finally snapped the 4-game losing streak and beat the Bears. As you all know, the Ravens did snap the 4-game losing streak and finally beat the Bears 30-16. Now, this was a really good performance though by the Ravens so far, because I like how the way offensively they were able to move the ball. I thought they ran the ball better than expected. And the Ravens did get outgained because they only allowed the Bears offense at about 317 yards, but they still allowed them in 16 points. Because the Ravens, because the Bears so far, they couldn't really move the ball. Like, the Bears offensively couldn't really do enough to score, but they would do enough in the passing game. They did much in the passing game, and they're running the ball a lot better than they should be, but they only allowed 96 rushing yards. The Ravens allowed 96 rushing yards as well. And also, they did do a really good job defense stopping them from scoring, which that's pretty much good. So, yeah, now the question is, can the Ravens make the playoffs with Lamar come back? We don't really know because Lamar was out on Sunday, and the Ravens have not looked good since Lamar's out. So I feel like, with Lamar being there, I feel like it could totally help a lot. So, yeah, so I like how the way the Ravens are doing. I feel like this team is looking to be a threat when it comes playoff time. So, yeah, so I like how the way the Ravens are doing so far on Sunday. I mean, the Bears, I have questions for them. I mean, they still look like they're frauds because they lost to the Ravens and snapping a 4-game win streak. But they still have a chance to make the playoffs, though. And the Ravens, they might have a chance to make the playoffs, but they just got to win out, though. But we'll see. Now, I want to talk about the Jets' first win against the Bengals because this was insane, though. Now, the Jets did get their first win against the Bengals because I was trying to say that. I didn't really think the Jets were going to win a game. And all of a sudden, they finally got their first win of the season. Now, here's how they got their first win of the season. Now, here's the thing. Now, the Jets end up getting the first win of the season because I like how the way the Jets did, especially on offense, where they moved the ball. I like how the way... Now, they were looking terrible in the first half, though. And all of a sudden, they couldn't really get something going offensively until in the late in the second half, they found a way to get something going and come back on the wins. I mean, now, I did like how the way the Jets did play as an offense. They were able to run the ball. They were able to throw the ball a little bit. Fields looked better than he did the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, I mean, it was a great win for Jets. Now, I want to talk about the Bengals because I want to talk about the Bengals defense. Because as far as I'm concerned, the Bengals so far have now lost to the Jets 39-38, which that was pretty much unexpected. 30 points a game? You got to be kidding me. The Bengals defense is going to cost them because here's the thing. The Bengals so far did not look like they were looking good in the first half until they start falling apart. This team was up by 2 scores. And all of a sudden, you start to fall off? That's crazy. The Bengals had a chance to win. It's just that the defense couldn't get a stop when they needed to get a stop. And then all of a sudden, the offense was playing really good. Joe Flacco was having a good game. I like how the way they was able to run the ball. But the Bengals defense could not stop anybody. Trust me, though. They led the Jets into 500 total yards, and the Jets outgained them by over 500 total yards. Like, that's bad defense right there. Like, you allowed 248 passing yards to allow over 254 rushing yards to the Jets, and your defense could not get a stop. Like, that's bad. Like, how do you give the Jets 500 total yards and all of a sudden you lost the game? That's crazy. I mean, that's bad defense. Like, that's got to be on the defense. Like, what are you doing? Like, how do you not get a stop when you get a stop? Like, trust me, it's like only 1 minute left in the game, and you're only up by one score. Like, you're up by 6 points. And all of a sudden, you let the Jets come back and score a touchdown and allow the kicker to kick a field goal to win the game. Like, that's crazy. Like, how do your defense does not get a stop when you need to get a stop? Like the Jets, they didn't have Garrett Wilson playing. And all of a sudden, the Jets found a way to move the ball on them. They found a way to run the ball and found a way to throw the ball without Garrett Wilson. And then you just let a bunch of backup receivers get open? That's crazy. Like, the Bengals defense didn't even allow a sack today. Because here's the thing. They didn't allow a sack because all of a sudden they were just letting Fields just throw the ball. They forced him to hold on to the ball, but he didn't, though. Because all he did, he just had time to throw the ball to wide open receivers. And all of a sudden they were running the ball so many times. Like, the Bengals' run defense was really bad. Like, I feel like the run defense was a lot worse, though. Because they couldn't stop the run. Because as I look at the Bengals' defense right now, let's look. They are 31st in total defense, and they're averaging over 400 points a game. In rush defense, they are like dead last in rush defense. And they're 30th in pass defense as well. So basically the defense is just bad. And all of a sudden the offense should not be in a situation, because it was a good game by the Steelers, though, because the defense did get shredded by the Steelers, and all of a sudden they still won. Like, the defense allowed almost 40 points to the Jets, which that's crazy. Like, you played against a Jets team that can't score in the red zone. Like, that's crazy. Like, you're playing against a Jets team that can't score in the red zone, and all of a sudden you just let them score in the red zone. Like, that's bad defense right there. I don't know what the Bengals are doing on defense right now, because this defense is a joke right now. Like, they can't stop anybody. Like, they found a way to stop the Steelers. They couldn't find a way to defend the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers, and somehow they still won that game. And as I look against the Packers, they only allowed 400 total yards to the Packers. Against that Broncos game, they gave him 512 yards in total offense. Against the Lions, it's like 365. Against the Steelers, it's 396. So basically, the only game, and then the Vikings game, if I look, 352 total offense. So yeah, so basically, the only two games that the Bengals defense allow over 500 total yards is to the Broncos and the Jets. Like, they really got to fix this defense. Like, I don't know what's going on with this defense, but because this defense is totally bad. Like, there's news that they could look to trade Trey Hendrickson. Maybe they could, maybe they don't. I don't really know. But I don't know if this Bengals team's gonna at least finish above 500. I would love them to finish above 500, but I highly doubt it. But I don't see it though, because as you look at the next couple games, their schedule is not getting easy for the Bengals because they have to play the Bears, who could make the playoffs. Then they got to play against the Steelers, who totally could clinch a playoff spot. Then they got to play the Patriots, who could totally clinch a playoff spot. Then against the Ravens, who can clinch a playoff spot, especially with Lamar coming back. They even got they got to play the Ravens twice. Then they got to play the Bills, who's totally going to clinch a playoff spot. So it's not looking easier for this Bengals team because I don't even know what's gonna happen to the Bengals next because their schedule is brutal. So yeah, so basically, because unless if I see the Bengals play some defense, I'm not gonna pick them anytime soon to cover the spread whenever they play against a decent team because I can't trust that defense because it's getting bad. All right, now I want to talk about the Eagles finally outgaining an opponent. Now, the Eagles did outgain opponent, and here's what they did. The Eagles, I like how the way they played as an offense. I thought they got the run game going. Saquon was a monster. Like, they was able to run the ball. Like, Saquon had a breakout game. Jalen Hurts, the passing game was not really good because they only had 179 passing yards. But all the Eagles did was run the ball so many times. And all of a sudden, they had over 427 total yards in total offense. And the defense was really good as well. They had time possession. They had 33 minutes. The Giants had 26. I like how the way the Eagles did play offensively, and I like how the way they play as a defense as well. So you just got to give a shout out to Vic Fangio and Nick Sirianni for the coaching. You might as well get a shout out to them. So, yeah, I like how the way Philly plays. So I think Philly, I think they have a chance, to outgain anybody right now, especially with the last couple of weeks with them getting outgained at least 7 straight weeks in a row until this week they finally outgained an opponent. So yeah, so I think the Eagles, they're in a good spot to outgain an opponent and the other teams. So yeah. Now I want to talk about the Dolphins crushing the Falcons. Because I like what I saw from the Dolphins so far. Now, the Dolphins did bounce back after coming off a 3-game losing streak. Because I like how the way the Dolphins did play as an offense. They were able to move the ball on Atlanta. Like, trust me, though. Like, here's the thing. I like how the way they were able to run the ball against Miami. They found a way to do it in that game. And, they were able to pass the ball as well. I mean, Tua had a breakout game. 4 passing touchdowns, 205 yards, 0 interceptions. Like, Dolphins offense played really well, though. And I like how the way the Dolphins play as a defense, especially the Dolphins defense, looked really good. Because I like how the way they were able to stop the run. They were able to stop the pass as well. Like, I like how the way the defense played. I like how the way Miami's defense played. I like how the way they was able to stop the run, stop the pass. Like, they made the Falcons' offense look terrible. They found a way to contain Bijan in that game. So, yeah. So, it was a good win for Miami. I like how the way the offense did play as well. Because I thought it played better than it did last week. So, yeah. So, basically, the Falcons, I don't know what's going on with them because now they're on a 2-game losing streak right now, especially them losing back-to-back against the Niners and Dolphins. It's kind of brutal for them. We'll see what happens. I don't know if the Dolphins are going to make the playoffs. I don't know if Atlanta's going to make the playoffs because I feel like there's still a chance Atlanta can make it because their schedule is pretty brutal. They have to play 2 tough games against the Colts and the Patrons. Then they have to play against a Panthers team that's not good. Then they have to play against a bad Saints team. They even got to play against the Jets, the Seahawks. Like, this is a tough schedule. Well, we'll probably see what happens, but yeah, I mean, the Dolphins, as you look at their schedule, is really not getting easier for them because they have to play against 2 tough teams, which is against the Ravens with Lamar coming back. Then they have to play against the Bills with Josh Allen. Then they have to play against Jayden Daniels and the Commanders. They have to play the Steelers and the Bucks and the Patrons. Like, you could say it's really not getting easier for them. So yeah, so the Dolphins, they could be in a good spot, but I don't think they will be, especially with a slow start. So yeah, it was a good win by the Dolphins, by the way. All right, I want to talk about the Colts being the best team in the league. Now, I want to talk about this Colts team because this Colts team is totally on hot right now. I mean, 7-1, best record in football, best team in football, first in the AFC South. Like, this is like very good. Like the Colts has like been rolling so far. I mean, I've been saying it's like the Colts look like a contender to me because you literally have a quarterback who is playing a high level in Daniel Jones, and you got the offense, which is the 3rd best offense in football that can really beat score. And also, they have the 6th best passing game and have the 6th best rushing offense. So basically, their offense is top 3 in league. They're first in points allowed. And now on 3rd down, they're 4th. The defense, it's up and down because they're 25th overall total defense. But they got the best run defense in football. So yeah. I mean, Jonathan Taylor, they gave him a contract extension. They got the best running back in football in Jonathan Taylor because they have the best running back. And, then they got some great receiving weapons like Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, Alec Pierce, Tyler Warren. He's been a stud. I I like how the way the Colts have been looking as good as an offense so far. Offensive line is one of the best in the league, and defense is really good. I mean, Big Lou's a really good defense coordinator, and then you got Shane Steichen, who's a really good offensive play caller. So the Colts are the best team in football right now, and they're looking to be a playoff team, and they're looking to clinch one and looking to win division. So yeah, so I like the Colts this year. I mean, they're just a good team this year. They're hot right now. So yeah, I mean, best team in football. I mean, they're looking to clinch a playoff spot. So yeah, I mean, the Colts, they're just legit. All right, I want to talk about the Cowboys falling off. Now, I want to talk about the Cowboys game because I want to talk about this defense because as far as I'm concerned, the Cowboys were so bad on defense. Like they couldn't stop anybody. Like, how do you not get a stop? Defense does not get a stop when you need to get a stop because basically, I was watching this team and I was like, this team looks like it's not doing really good. Like, how could the best offense in football not move the ball in the Broncos defense? Like, Dak Prescott, he was 19 for 31, 188 yards, no touchdown passes, 2 picks. That's bad. Like, they ran the football better, but they couldn't throw the ball. Like, guys weren't getting open. Like, yeah. And all of a sudden, the defense did not get any sacks. Like, a lack of a pass rush, like, this is concerning for the Cowboys. Like, how do you have a lack of a pass rush and how do you not blitz Bo Nix when you need to? Because trust me, like, their defense was giving up so many bombs down the field where Bo Nix had 4 touchdown passes. and all of a sudden they nearly couldn't stop the run, and J.K. Dobbins was going off. Like, that's bad. Like, how do you not get a stop on defense, and how do you not beat the Broncos defense? Like, I seen the Cowboys offensive line get blown up, and they couldn't block the Broncos pass rush. Like, I'm just saying, the Broncos pass rush, it was very fast. Like, I should have took Denver, because we know the Broncos have the best defense in football, and they can confuse you, and they can stop the run, they can stop the pass. Like, they don't allow you to run them over anything. Because I should have picked Denver, because I don't know why, because I'm a clown. I should have picked them, because we know they have the best defense in football, and playing in Denver is tough. And Denver is a better team than the Cowboys as well. They have a better defense than the Cowboys. They have a better coaching staff. And all of a sudden, they got more weapons on defense than the Cowboys do. Like, they do. And they're faster on defense than Dallas, because Dallas defense is slow as it is. Because you could argue saying, oh, Dallas defense looked pretty good against the Commanders, but it didn't look good against the Broncos. It didn't look good against the Panthers. It didn't look good against the Packers or the Bears or the Giants. Somehow they still won the game. Like, Dallas should have at least, like, if this team should be good like they're supposed to be, like, they would have been over 500 right now. They could have beat the Packers, or then they could have beat the Eagles. Like, they could have, though. They could have beat those teams. But it all came down to the wire, though, where they couldn't. Because defense been choking, and all of a sudden the offense, they've been one of the best in football right now, but they completely got shut down by Denver's defense. Like, completely shut down by Denver's defense. And I feel like Dallas defense has not been the same since Parsons left. I mean, they added Kenny Clark, but I don't know that will help, but it has been helping a lot. But Dallas defense need to play better. Offense, they need to be better offensively. Like, they need to be better as an offense. They need to be better as a defense. Like, they got to be better overall on both sides of the ball, because if they can't do these things, this team's in serious trouble. Like, there is. Like, they're in serious trouble now, because they're 3-4-1 in the season. And now, they're looking to not be in a good spot, though. I would love to see Dallas, make a trade at the D-line. I would like to see them add a pass rusher, see them bolster up the pass rush to, like, help them get pressure, because their defense is predicated off of pressure at times, but they're soft at times, because if they can't get to the quarterback and they can't stop the pass, the defense is no good at all. They got to fix that. And Matt Eberflus been one of the worst defensive coordinators in football. Like, he needs to change what he's doing, though, because he's not, like, doing anything to help this team win. Because all he's doing, he's calling different blitzes. He's calling disguised coverage. Like, he's getting shredded. Like, he's getting diced up. Like, I don't know how. So, yeah. So, basically, I think, the Cowboys, I don't really know about Dallas, but you know what? We should probably, like, pray for this Cowboys franchise, because it seems like this Cowboys team, they're totally not looking like themselves right now, especially on defense, where they're in a place where they're beating themselves right now. So, on this hand, let's all pray for the Cowboys. So, Lord, I'm praying for this Cowboys team. Please make a move at the trade D-line. Please get a pass rusher. There's pass rushers available. Please get Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb, Trey Hendrickson, Kayvon Thibodeau, please, or Brian Burns or Dexter Lawrence. Please, Lord, get somebody on defense to like, get a pass rusher to help this defense, because we know Overshown is still out, and we know he's expected to return before Thanksgiving. Please, offensive line, please protect Dak, because we know the offense is playing really good. Please, defense, please get a stop so they can win, Lord. because I want to see this team make the playoffs. As we say, amen. Now, I want to talk about the Steelers because the Steelers are now frauds and they're sitting at 4-3, being frauds. Because here's the thing: the Steelers look like they're frauds. Like they're frauds. Now, here's why. Now, the Steelers are frauds because here's the thing: they lost 2 straight games in a row, back to back, against the Packers and the Bengals. Like, I need to find out how the Steelers are losing this game because I don't know why Pittsburgh's losing this game because are losing 2 straight games because this is looking bad for the Steelers team because the Steelers are now in trouble, right? They could be in trouble, but they're not because they're over 500. Because as I look at the Steelers team, like the Steelers team is bad. Like, how do you lose? How do you lose 2 straight? Like that's like especially losing 2 straight games back to back. That's awful. Like you basically had a chance to beat the Bengals, and all of a sudden you still lost because here's the thing: the Steelers offense, it's been playing really good for the most part. I mean, they were able to put up. I mean, the offense have looked pretty good against the Bengals, and all of a sudden they end up blowing that game where the defense gave up a big play to T. Higgins almost scoring the end zone, which that's terrible. Which that did allow them in field goal range, and that allowed the Bengals to win the game when they made the field goal. Now I just don't know why the Steelers are frauds because they're losing back-to-back games is tough because the defense is the reason why they're kind of losing these games. Because as I look at their defense right now, they're 30th in total defense right now, and they're 18th in rushing defense, which is kind of taking a step back. Which the defense totally is taking a step back. And as you look at the back half of their defense, they're like ranked dead last in pass defense because they can't stop the pass. Offensively, they're 27th in total offense. They're 25th in rushing offense where they can't run the football. And they're 19th in passing offense where they can pass the ball a little bit, which they're kind of average. So as you look at this, the defense could be one of the worst in football because you could say that the Steelers defense could be the most expensive unit in football because they even paid TJ Watt because he wants a contract extension. Cam Hayward wants a contract extension too. And Patrick Queen has regressed, and he's been not good in coverage as well. And they got Peyton Wilson, which that's good. Nick Herbert's a good defender. So is Cole Holcomb. And then you got other guys on defense who you signed. You signed Darius Slay, and now you just got Jalen Ramsey you traded for, and he's looked kind of old. He hasn't been the same. I mean, the Steelers secondary, I mean, their defense has not been the same since then. And where, they're giving up big plays. Like, they're not stopping the run. They're not stopping the pass. Like, their run defense has been terrible lately. Because if you look at these matchups, who they played against the Jets week 1. And all of a sudden, their defense, they got outgained that game. They got outgained by them. And all of a sudden, they led them in almost 400 total yards to the Jets, where they couldn't stop the run against the Jets. And all of a sudden, they couldn't stop the pass as well. And their defense held them in 32 points. Then against the Seahawks, they almost 400 total yards to them, which that's allowed 395 total yards to them in total offense. And they allowed the most rushing yards and passing yards in that game. Then week 3, and then they lost. And in week 3, they played the Patriots, and all of a sudden, they couldn't stop the run in that game, and they couldn't stop the pass. Like, they couldn't stop the Patriots offense, and they got outgained in that game, and somehow they still won. And then week 4 against the Vikings, they were up by a lot of points. Like, they were up like 24-6. Like, they were up by at least by 2 touchdowns this game. And all of a sudden, the Vikings almost come back in that game where Carson Wentz threw for over 300. He had 350 yards, 2 passing touchdowns. And all of a sudden, they had like 372 total yards. And the Steelers almost lost that game. But they end up winning. Against the Browns, they only led them to 248 total offense, and all of a sudden they was able to stop the run and stop the pass. So they did better in that game. Against the Bengals, they didn't do good. I mean, they allowed the Bengals in 470 total yards, and they allowed the most that they couldn't stop the pass as well. They allowed Joe Flacco 342 passing yards and 3 passing touchdowns. And then week 8 against the Packers, they allowed 360 passing yards to the Packers, and Jordan Love had 3 passing touchdowns. And all of a sudden, they allow over 454 total yards to the Packers. And the Packers had 3 sacks in the game. The Steelers didn't get pressure. So the Steelers defense have not been great this year. Like, this is why I think they're frauds. Because their defense cannot get a stop when they need to get a stop. And the offense sometimes can't move the ball. Like, the defense has just been terrible lately because they've been getting outgained in a lot of games, and all of a sudden they've been finding ways to win, and they're finding ways to lose these games. Like, the Steelers could not, like, here's the thing. When they play against elite level competition, they can't win these games. Like, think about when they play against the Patriots with Tom Brady. Like, they did not have good game plans against the Patriots when they were good. It's because, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick owned them. And then when they played against, the Chiefs, they can't really beat good teams when it matters most. They really can't beat teams like Kansas City, Buffalo, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Houston, Indy, the Chargers, when it matters the most. And they can't really beat good NFC opponents like San Francisco, Green Bay, Dallas, Philly, and even the Lions when it matters the most, or Tampa Bay when it matters the most. Like, they can't really beat good teams and play tough teams when it matters the most because of coaching. Like, they get out coached because we know they got out coached by the Chiefs before, and now Andy Reid has the Steelers number. They got out coached by Sean McDermott and the Bills where the Bills had their number. They got out-coached by the Ravens once. They got out-coached by the Bengals this year, which they totally do. And they got out-coached by the Colts last year, who were terrible. But now they're a good team right now. And now they got out-coached. I mean, they beat a good Chargers team last year. So basically, they can't really beat elite-level competitions right now because right now, the Steelers can't beat teams above 500. And that's because of coaching. Because, they can go out there and beat a Jets team when they're rebuilding, and they almost lost that game. They can go out there and beat a Vikings team with no quarterback. They can go out there and beat up on a Browns team. They can beat the hell out of Cleveland because Cleveland does not have a quarterback. And they went out there and beat a good Patriots team. And they lost to Seattle as well. Like I've been saying, they cannot beat elite level competition right now. And they're sitting at 4-3 right now. But I feel like there's still a chance Pittsburgh can still make the playoffs. But as I look at the next couple games of their season, it's not getting easier for them because they have to play against the Colts team that's really good and that's been hot right now. They even got to play against the Chargers, who are hot right now. They even got to play against the Bengals, who could look to be hot, even though they're not a good team right now. They're sitting at 3-5. They even got to play against the Bears, who are looking to be a playoff team. They even got to play against the Bills, who looking to be a playoff team. They even got to play the Ravens twice, who could totally turn their season around with Lamar coming back. And they got to play against the Lions. So basically, this schedule right here is getting tough for the Steelers team. But we can go out here and say, the Steelers could totally miss the playoffs, though. But I don't really know if that's the case. But it could be, though, because their schedule is not getting easy for them. Because I can totally see the Steelers, losing. Like, I can see them losing the next 2 games. And I could totally see them, dropping another game to the Colts, or dropping a game to the Chargers, dropping a game to the Bears, or dropping another game to the Bengals, or maybe I could totally see them dropping a game to the Bills. Like, or one game to the, or I could see them dropping a game against the Ravens. Like, all that is possible though. But I don't really see it though, because they're sitting at 4-3 and they're still hanging on in first place in the division. Now the Ravens are 2-5 right now. The Bengals are 3-5. The Browns are like 2-7, I believe. Like, yeah, I mean, Steelers are one of the best teams right now in the division right now, and I still think they can still make the playoffs. But their schedule is not getting easy for them. We're probably gonna see what happens, but this team is still frauds, especially with them losing 2 games back to back. So yeah. Because the reason why they're just losing these games is because of coaching. And Mike Tomlin, he's a good defensive mind, but he's not like doing a good job. Like, he's not really having some sort of toughness. And especially the defense against the Packers, they did not gain any pressure. Now, their defense is predicated off of pressure. Because if they can't get to the quarterback, their defense and their pass defense, and they're predicated off of the pass game too. Because if their defense cannot get to the quarterback, and if they cannot stop the pass, the defense is no good at all. Like, they've been allowing like over 30 points a game like lately, because they allowed over 30 plus to like the Packers and then to the Bengals. They allowed 30 plus to the Seahawks, and they allowed 30 plus to the Jets, and somehow they still won. Like, yeah, I mean, as you look at their defense, they are averaging over 400 points a game, which that's crazy. I mean, if they can't fix this defense, I mean, they're in a world of trouble. I'm saying, if this offense cannot go out there and score some points, and they keep getting threes and outs, they're gonna lose some games, because the Steelers could totally lose these games because if their offense cannot find a way to move the ball and their defense cannot get a stop when they need to, they're gonna lose. Because trust me, they were up 16-7 at halftime, and all of a sudden they end up falling apart to the Packers, which that's bad. I mean, Tucker Kraft went off. Like, he had like 7 catches for 141 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. Like, that's good for him. You might as well give credit to the Packers. They found a way to do something offensively, because they found a way to at least move the ball offensively against the Steelers defense, and the Steelers defense have been choking lately. So yeah, so basically, as you all know, the Steelers are frauds. Yeah, I mean, it's been hard for them. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I hope the Steelers, they still have a chance to make the playoffs, and I still think they'll finish above 500, which I highly doubt it. But we'll probably see what happens. Now, I want to talk about the Chiefs being back, because as I look at the Chiefs, the Chiefs right now, they are back, because they've won 3 straight games in a row after losing to Jacksonville. They were 2-3, and they end up coming back to 500, being above 500. So yeah, as I like to say, the Chiefs are back. I like how the way the offense did play. I mean, the offensively, they've been looking pretty good. I mean, Rashee Rice looks good. Worthy looks good. Kelsey looks good. The run game has not been existent, but their running backs, Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco, they've been great. Offensive line has been playing really good, and the defense has been playing really good as well. They can stop the run. They can stop the pass. Because if you look at this Chiefs defense right now, the Chiefs defense is only allowing over 200 points a game, and they're ranked second total defense. They have the second best defense in football, and they have the third best passing defense in football and the 11th best run defense in football. And the offense is totally good. So I like how the way the Chiefs are playing. So yeah, I mean, they've been finding ways to do it though, because their defense is playing a high level right now. Is back to playing good. Because we seen them beat the Raiders, though. We seen them beat the crap out of the Raiders. They allow the Raiders in 0 points. And then they allow 7 points to the Commanders. So, yeah, that's good defense right there. And that's good offense right there. So, yeah. So, you might as well give the Chiefs credit right there. I feel like the Chiefs are back. And the question is, could they win the division? We don't know yet because we'll see. Because now the Broncos are leading that division right now because they're 6-2 and the Chargers are 5-3. So yeah, so I like how the way the Chiefs are doing. I mean, they found a way to turn their season around because I was praying for them to hope that they turn around, and they finally did. So yeah, I mean, after 0-2 start, they ended up winning 2 straight, then losing 1 game, and then they win 3 straight. So yeah, we'll see what happens to the Chiefs because if I look at their schedule, it's pretty brutal. I mean, they even got to play against. I mean, you could say they have the easiest schedule because they have to play against a Bills team that's good. Then they got to play against a Broncos team that's good, against a Colts team that's good. They even got to play against the Cowboys, who have the best offense in football. They even got to play against a Texas team that could totally turn their season around. They even got to play the Chargers again, play the Broncos twice. So yeah, so their schedule could be looking difficult. Now, I don't really know if the Chiefs are going to be able to win it, but there's a chance they could, but we'll probably see what happens. Well, those are all my week 8 reactions for this week. Thank you guys for watching. And don't forget, if you disagree with me, just let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. So, yeah, it's Emmanuel Jones. We're a big fan. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Peace.